Hey everybody, welcome back to the Centaur Fragrance Channel. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Of course, I do review fragrances, colognes, perfumes, and all things scent related, but today we're going to be talking about Rhyolite from the house of Happland Perfumes. First off, in full disclosure, I was sent this for free. I'm always transparent with y'all, I'm always honest, and I will never accept anything from anybody if they would request anything otherwise. So no strings attached. I have full liberty to say that this is either a terrible fragrance, a good fragrance, a great fragrance, and anything else in between. So let's talk about what this fragrance, first off with the smell. So what you're going to get out of this fragrance is a honey almond fragrance. There's sandalwood and there's white musk. I think blueberry is listed, but I don't get a lot of blueberry. I think it's just a fruity nuance in the background that gives this fragrance a little bit of a different tinge, or a little bit of a slight curveball to this type of sweetness that comes through. Now, in the past, I've summarized this fragrance really quickly as just a caramel fragrance. There is caramel in this fragrance, and overall, it's very well blended and very sweet, and it's going to come off kind of like a caramel fragrance. But there's a lot of nuances to this fragrance, and it does have almond as well. So it smells nutty. It doesn't exactly smell powdery, but with almond, you can kind of sometimes get a milky nuance with it. And there is a tiny, tiny bit of that dry milkiness to this, which I really do like. But of course, it's very well blended. You get some sandalwood, some honey, all those things, that caramel just blending together in a very nice way. It is a bit of a simple smell overall, but again, the nuances and the quality of this fragrance is very good for what it is. It's an extrait to parfum, and I really do quite like this fragrance. Stick around for my final thoughts because I have something shocking to say about this fragrance. So, with performance, what kind of performance did we get out of this fragrance? It smells a little bit like caramel, a little bit nutty, a little bit like vanilla, and quite a gourmand fragrance. Does it have great performance? And yes, it has great performance. You're going to probably get 7 to 9 hours plus out of this fragrance. It has white musk in the dry down, so it lingers on and on. Not only does it have a full body and it's pretty noticeable as a fragrance, but it lingers on and on and on. Even though this is a gourmand and these notes can sound quite heavy, this fragrance isn't exactly a heavy fragrance to me. It does project fairly well, is fairly noticeable. It has some density to it, but it's not overbearing. It's not overtly thick. It's not overtly dense, if that makes sense as a fragrance. And sometimes gourmands, they can tend to lean a little bit dark. This one is in the middle. This one's definitely not exactly a white fragrance or a clean, crisp fragrance, and this isn't a deep, dark fragrance. This is somewhere very in between, a very well balanced fragrance, and it is a bit sweet. I do have to say that, but it's not overtly sweet. It's a very balanced fragrance for what it is. So great performance overall. I probably wouldn't want anything more, and it's perfect for cuddling indoors, family gatherings. If it was any stronger, it kind of would be an outdoor fragrance, but that's just my opinion, of course. With the compliment factor, this people really like this fragrance. More linear smells like ombre leather, which is not similar smelling at all to this, but ombre leather, like Tom Ford, is one of those fragrances that really proves it. That, the everyday person going about their lives really does like more of a linear fragrance, a fragrance that's more understandable, not overtly complex. It doesn't have a lot of notes really shouting at them. There is complexity to this fragrance, and there are a lot of nuances, but again, it's just blended very well, and it's kind of hard to discern the notes exactly, but you could summarize it more of a caramel style or feel of a fragrance. Anyways, with the price, you can get one of these, I think, for about 60 bucks, maybe closer to 50 if you get a sale on for 50 mils, and it's an extrait, so very much worth it to me. Let's talk about my final thoughts, though. This fragrance is fantastic, and I do have to compare it to some things. Last time I got Blue Fire right, I thought Blue Fire was inspired or had, some similarity somewhat to, Baccarat Rouge 540. This one to me is, I think, a modern and really an improvement on the Chronic by Byron Parfums, and it could remind some of y'all of Guerlain Homme Cologne. That one that is rumored to be discontinued, and everybody loves it as a fantastic cheapie, and a fantastic cheapie it is for about $20. That one is a little bit more clean, it's a little bit more simple, and it doesn't have great performance exactly. Um, if that fragrance is discontinued, this is one of the shocking things I have to say. If Guerlain Homme Cologne is discontinued, I am really going to recommend this fragrance for the performance, for the smell. If you've tried anything like Hafez Gold from Alexandria, this one blows it out of the water. This stuff is stronger. This stuff smells better. It lasts longer. It has more density to it. You're really getting your money's worth with most Happyland fragrances. Yeah, I think it's more of a passion project. I don't think he's cheating anybody out of money. I don't think he's trying to make a quick buck exactly, because he's very generous enough to send some of these fragrances out to reviewers, and I think the quality is here in the fragrance. So again, I really do like the nutty nuances in this fragrance. This is probably the best fragrance that I've ever come across with nutty nuances. Now, I do have to say something. If you stuck around, this is important, and I hope that all of y'all stick around to the end of all my videos, because I have important things to share throughout the video. Some people say that this fragrance is overtly smoky. I do get some smoky nuances, but it's mixed in with that white musk. It's mixed in the dry down with the sweetness and all the other notes that do have a very good kind of texture and feeling and body, a full body to the fragrance. So the smoke doesn't, to me, doesn't have sharpness. It doesn't really stick out of the fragrance. There's no incense type qualities that really jump out of the fragrance and really have a character of their own. This is not an avant-garde type fragrance at all. So, if you really dislike, if you're super sensitive to smoky fragrances, you might want to be a tiny bit leery of this, but I think it's very approachable, and I think that this is very wearable for just about anybody, and it's very unisex. I forgot to mention that, and at the end here, this is a very unisex fragrance. Everybody can wear this fragrance, just anybody age group wise. I don't feel like this fragrance would appeal more to the younger or the older. The younger people still might want their sweet, uber sweet fragrances, and they still might want their aquatics. But if some of those younger guys and younger people out there, and even ladies, they can easily wear Guerlain Homme Cologne, Ideal Cologne. You could easily rock this and wear this, but it does have a little bit of a smoky touch. I just had to mention that. But I like the smoky touch. It adds a lot more character, and it adds a lot more personality to the fragrance, and it really makes this fragrance have an edge to it instead of just being perhaps a dull. If it was just a musk caramel fragrance with honey and almond, it wouldn't have that edge at the end of the fragrance, that character that the smoky nuances give. Anyways, thank y'all so much for being here. I'm going to wrap this review up and really give this one the thumbs up. Approve this fragrance. Give it the star of approval. I usually don't like to rate fragrances because this is quite, objective, or kind of reviews are so personal. But I would really have to give this one a big golden star of approval, and probably give it a 9 out of 10. I really do like this fragrance, and EJ, the few things he sent to me, I think he knows my taste better now, and this was a spot on. He sent this to the right guy, and I very much appreciate this fragrance. I like it better than the Guerlain Homme Ideal Cologne. I like it better than any other nutty, nuanced fragrance that I've ever smelled before, and this is a cuddly fragrance, and it uses honey very well. Again, there's not a lot of other honey fragrances out there. There's the new bee coming out from, Zoologist, and a number of others. Of course, my beloved Polo Supreme, Supreme Leather by Polo. But this one, if you've been looking for your honey fragrance, again, guys and gals, you certainly can wear this one. Check it out. Very affordable for the quality and for the performance. Anyways, I'll see y'all next time. This has been my review of Rhyolite by Happyland Perfumes. Very happy to have it in my collection. Very happy that he is a perfumer, that he has this house, and that he is doing such great work. I very much appreciate his work and what he's doing. So thank y'all so much for being here today. Again, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification down there below to help me out to, support the channel, and just say that you like my content. And in the comment section down below, let me know what kind of winter fragrances are you wearing? What kind of sweet fragrances, maybe gourmand fragrances are you wearing? Are you scared of gourmands? Do you love gourmands? Let me know. Maybe you have a favorite honey fragrance. Let's start a conversation down below. I'd love to hear from you. And have a fantastic day. I'll see y'all next time, and I'll be enjoying this one, Rhyolite, again from Happyland. Have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic week. Be safe these holidays with the crazy traffic and all the stress and everything out there. Bundle up, be warm, and don't get sick. I'll see y'all next time. Have a good one, and peace out.